A former official with the President Barack Obama's re-election campaign in 2012 says Facebook was more than willing to help them pull massive amounts of user data. It started with an app that allowed users, Facebook users, to connect with the campaign, the Obama campaign. Once supporters signed up for the app, Obama's campaign could pull user profile data and data from friends of whoever was using it. Then supporters would be asked to share content with friends, asking them to donate, volunteer, or even vote. Meanwhile, Facebook stock is diving following a scandal with data firm research, Cambridge Analytica. For more on this, we're joined tonight by Georgetown journalism professor Chris Chambers. Chris, nice to have you with us tonight.
Nice to be back.
Isn't this a campaign finance law? Isn't this a contribution? I mean, Facebook is a business.
Right.
It's a business that reaches, that advertises.
Right.
They influence,
right.
They gather. Why is a campaign allowed to do this?
Well, I got to tell you, Ed, the best analogy I can put to you is this. It's like these alien movies. The last one being, you find out the evil cyborg, David, has created the actual alien with the two mouths. The evil cyborg is Facebook. The monsters, the prototypical monster was what you saw in 2012. I mean, the latest iteration of it is Cambridge Analytica. But the prototype of that monster was 2012, where they basically are just, their business model is pile on more data, get more, get more, get more. And they had an operation in the 2012 campaign that was tailor-made for what they want to do, is basically dump that data on people, and they had a willing, like, hey, give us the data, give us the data. They're almost like partners. Basically. One basically breeding the other. So, I mean, it wasn't necessarily partisan, but what I can see is that the Obama campaign was more sophisticated in their technology, so Facebook naturally glommed onto it and decided, hey, take whatever you want, we'll wait, we'll say, yeah, well, you didn't really violate anything, But they did. They violated the privacy policy.
Does campaign finance rules have to be visited now? There's such a thing as technical support. I mean, we're in a new age right now.
Yes.
There's things that you should be able to do and not do for a campaign. I mean, this is kind of a new era, isn't it?
I think the problem, though, is going back and trying to recreate this thing back, because it was fairly new in 2012, and the Romney people were trying to do it too. It does bear going back and looking at it, however. I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm saying it's going to be difficult.
Well, I mean, just as layman terms, it's a big advantage.
Right.
You're working in a campaign office, and you walk in and say, "Hey, look what I got."
Well, yeah,
I got millions of people, and this is what they're thinking and what they respond to, and now we can tailor-make this message.
This is why I have the analogy of the evil cyborg. Facebook they weren't duped into this. They were willing participants in this, and then the latest iteration, which is the even more evolved monster now. But, so the key is maybe not with campaign finance laws being applied retroactively, but maybe, hauling them onto the Hill, hauling them on to hearings and saying, look, you told us about privacy and everything before. Now we got this.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you explain this? And then you have the private sector engaging them with, billions of dollars in losses.
So how do you run a presidential campaign now and not try to go down this road?
I don't know. well, that's the thing, Ed, and again, we have a genie that left the bottle. We are willing participants in it because we had this wonderful toy called Facebook. We could put all our stuff out there. So we bear some responsibility too, but they were the ones really, behind the curtain, manipulating this.
But doesn't this give the Trump campaign and the Trump supporters and workers and everything an alibi? What do you mean? You're on us about doing this technical stuff? Look what Obama did in 2012.
I think
this gives them an escape in a sense.
I think it gives them an escape. I mean, again, what you have later is the more evolved form of this monster. But again, there would be no monsters without the evil cyborg creating them, and that is Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook.
Did I just go into your classroom?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Chris Chambers, Professor, thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you so much.